Hello and welcome to the Hovis Huddle Podcast. Today, we're going to have episode 5. We've covered the history of Hovis Associates. We've talked IRMA. We've spotlighted an agent. We've dug into Medicare news. But have you really had a chance to get to know us for who we are? Well, today, you'll have that chance. Guys, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, well, we're all in the same office, so it wasn't too hard to send it over. Well, guys, if you want to start off by introducing yourselves, I'll start with Kevin.
Kevin Hovis, Vice President and Principal of our Medicare division.
And 21 years? 22?
Getting close to 22. Yeah. Been here a while.
Megan King, Contracting Specialist. I've almost been here 4 years. 4 years on July 22nd.
Nice.
Awesome. And go ahead.
Want me to go?
Yeah.
Molly Bange, Agent Services Rep and Marketing, and I've been here about 8 or 9 months.
Awesome. And I'm Nolan Ebbinghaus. I'm your host, and I'm the Agent Sales Director for Hovis Associates, and I'm going on 3 years in July. So, guys, thank you for coming. And, what I'd like to do is, first of all, thank you, Molly, for being on this side of the camera and the mic this time. Molly's also our Gen Z producer. So she's doing double duty today as a guest and also as the producer. So we're going to ask some questions here, and I'm going to start with you, Kevin. So, Kevin, I'm super excited to talk to you about some of the stuff here, but for those folks who may not know what we do here and what goes into this, as our VP and principal over Medicare products, what does that mean for you on a day-to-day basis?
Pretty much I, on a day-to-day, do all things Medicare, helping out our agents, running the agency, checking commission statements, answering the super tough questions that maybe not everybody can answer. So that's, all things Medicare is pretty much what I do around here.
And since you've been doing this for some time now, pretty good long time, what do you see has been the biggest changes that have happened in the past 5 years for whether it be clients or for agents?
5 years, let's go back 5 years. We're talking right in the middle of COVID. So good times were had by all then. But because of that, there was a lot of negative to that. But one of the major positives was we'd been pushing agents to start using e-apps and go electronic for years. And COVID made them jump in with both feet. And the increase in our e-app usage during COVID just changed everything on how we do everything. We get maybe a fifth of as many sales kits as we used to get in the office. I mean, it's not even close. So
There's a lot out there.
Well, you should have seen it before.
Yeah, I guess there were more plans even back then, right? I mean,
it's just the amount of paper apps that agents were using back then versus now. It's not even close.
And I understand why the carriers would want to send out less paper because it's a cost, but also how many agents out there? Because I was one of those agents when I first started selling. I thought, well, I need to order 30 of every single kit that's available. So you should have seen my apartment. It was stacked to the brim of kits that I was never going to write. But that was fun carrying all that around.
In the last 5 years, too, I think the technology overall, and that's a major thing that, newer agents are looking for. And just especially with AI now, it's just getting, it's just increasing so much quicker than it ever did in the first 15, 20 years I've been doing this. So, and then probably the other thing is just the increase in Medicare Advantage members. The benefit packages in the last 5 years have just gotten crazy. Maybe a little too crazy, too good, too quick, because now we're starting to come back down from the peak of the benefits. So I'd say that's probably the last 5 years. That's the biggest issues that's been going on.
Well, and shout out to Integrity Connect as a platform. I spoke with an agent yesterday, and we were going over some application processing for one of the carriers. And I said, why don't you go ahead and use Integrity Connect? And he said, well, Nolan, that costs money. And I slapped my forehead because, we've been communicating for a long time. If you're an Integrity downline agent, you work with Hovis Associates, you get that enrollment platform and CRM for $0 hairs. So now, I mean, on a more serious note here, as far as what agents need to know about what we stand for as an upline, as an FMO, what would you say, encapsulates working with Hovis Associates and what it is we stand for?
Well, we always, we look at our downline agents as our clients. So, we always try to do as much as we can for our clients as well as our agents. There's a lot of FMOs who may not always do what they say they're going to do, but that's one thing that we live by every day. If we say we're going to do it, we're going to do it. Even if it costs us in the end. Integrity is now our managing ship, but we still live with that integrity every day. And, my dad told us 25 years ago, as long as you take care of the client, the money will take care of itself. And that's kind of what we focus on every day.
All right. Now let's do a little thought experiment here, Kevin.
Uh-oh.
You are at a Thanksgiving event with your family, and your 5-year-old grandson comes up to you and says, "Grandpa, what do you do
Pop,
for work?"
pop.
Pop. Yep, pop. And how do you explain what you do to your grandkid?
Oh, well, we got to keep it simple, I guess, for a 5-year-old. Well, Pop helps senior Americans with their health insurance. And he helps agents who help senior Americans with their health insurance.
And I'll bet you he's so glad he asked. Awesome.
I still don't know what that means. Okay.
All right, Megan, we're going to you next as our contracting specialist extraordinaire. A lot of agents hear contracting specialist or anybody in general, and they kind of start to glaze over. I feel like when people ask me what I do and I say insurance, they immediately start to walk away. Not always, but sometimes. As far as that goes, walk us through what you actually do for agents as the contracting specialist.
So I kind of get everything ready for them to get set up with the carriers because obviously it's a really big process and every carrier is different. They got their own processes, their own procedures, rules. So if we are the top of the hierarchy, we're direct to the carrier. That means, working with the carrier to get them set up directly, whether that be an email to the carrier, whether that just be sending a link directly to the agent to fill out, or just filling out a paper contract. Those are always fun, but I try to fill it out as much as possible for the agent involved. So, they just need to put like their banking and their signature or little things like that. And then I also, help through the entire process, including certification. So, with our MIPD, PDP carriers, a lot of times there's a certification that comes involved, whether that be just AHIP and then just, clicking through or some tests that come with it with each carrier. So I help through that process and helping with non-resident state appointments as those come up. I mean, there's a lot of different things that go into it.
I always thank Megan profusely for being our contracting specialist because if I had to be the contracting person, there would be a Nolan-shaped size hole in that wall over there. It's one of my least favorite parts of the process. I call it a necessary evil, but it's just one of those things where I've had plenty of agents tell me after they've started working with Hovis Associates that Megan is absolutely indispensable. They have as orderly of a process as you can have contracting, which she said it right. Every carrier is different. It's not streamlined. It's not a perfected process, but Megan is about as perfected on the process as you can get. So thank you for that, Megan.
Yeah, it doesn't help when they change, in the middle of things either. So we just roll with the punches and we work together to get it done.
There's been a lot of punches lately.
What's the most common mistake agents make during the contracting process that you wish you could warn them about in advance if they were, and you already do warn them, but not everybody reads their emails. So,
well, that's the thing. That is the most common mistake is not, carefully going through the emails and reading carefully. I mean, there's steps that get missed all the time just by not checking the emails, not reading them, or, just not doing it in a timely process because these things, they can time out. So if you wait 2 months to do the certification, that carrier may be like, hey, goodbye. You got to start all over.
This link has expired. Oh, no.
What am I going to do? Start all over.
Can you think of any funny or creative things that have happened that you've had to go through and detangle? I mean, there's been plenty of head scratchers that I hear you in the other office going, huh, interesting. So can you tell us any stories about that, perhaps?
Oh, when Devoted first came here in Missouri, I don't know if you remember this, Kevin, but you weren't even under our agency.
Right. Oh, yeah, I was contracted first through another agency.
Yeah.
And they didn't move me under Hovis Associates after we got our agency contract.
You had to release yourself.
I had to release myself to myself.
To yourself.
Yeah.
Just in case there's two Kevin Hovises out there.
Can't make this up.
I know. I'm like, he's the principal of the agency. Like, we got to have a principal. What are we doing?
It does make you wonder administratively sometimes with the carriers where it's like you get somebody who's like so full of common sense and they just were like, obviously, let's do this. And then you get folks that are just like, there's a process and we got to follow the process. And they don't even really know their own process.
No, they have no idea.
I think you've reminded people of their own process sometimes.
Right.
And like, you've been doing this, obviously it really fits with, your strengths. So what do you love or enjoy about doing your work here?
I mean, I like entering data in and like using Excel and things of that nature, but I also like helping people. So getting to do both is just a plus.
She helps me a lot every day.
She helps all of us a lot. Well, Molly, that brings us to you. So, you wear a lot of different hats here, and that makes sense. We all kind of wear a lot of hats, but you do the front desk. You're the first line of defense for phone calls. You are client services, agent services, and you help produce this podcast. So, having been here for going on a year now, how do you feel like you keep it all together?
I don't know. I feel like I work I'm the kind of personality that works better when I'm like really busy.
Yeah.
So like in college, I was vice president of women in business. I was an MBA student. I worked 2 jobs, like still had a social life. And then here, wear different hats, coach volleyball. Like, I think I just work better when I'm like all over the place, which sounds kind of, some people might think that's insane.
Your post-work schedule makes me tired.
Yeah. Makes me tired too.
You still find time to travel on the weekends too.
Yeah. But I'm happy to be here. But it also helps having a team that helps me and gives me grace.
Nice.
So.
Well, and as our resident Gen Z, being, pretty young for this insurance business thing, what do you think about that? What surprised you about this industry? You had a little bit of experience with an agency in Springfield, and now working, more in the space. What's surprising to you in this environment?
I would say how old everyone is.
Perfect answer from Gen Z.
I don't know. I felt like there's obviously we're younger over here, but we have a lot of older agents, and so that really surprised me. I feel like a lot of young people don't know about the Medicare insurance business, or even how to get into it, or how it works, how you can make money off of it. So I know a goal of ours, Nolan, is to market to the younger
bring in the
generation.
Youths.
Yes, because I feel like there's not a lot of us.
So I like to make references that Megan gets most of them. Kevin gets all the references I make, and I like to make the ones that you definitely don't get. So even just then, when I said get the Utes, are you familiar with that reference?
I thought you were just throwing something out there.
Just being Nolan.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, what's that a reference to?
The movie. I forget the name.
I forget the name too. We'll put it on the screen here. It's at some point.
Joe Pesci.
I'll have to do research to find the name, I guess.
It's a really good movie. Anyway.
Did it come out in the 1900s?
It did come out in the 1900s. That's for sure.
Makes sense.
Now you help, we've been working on the digital presence together, and, a podcast is one of those things where it's like, oh boy, another podcast, but it's good because, everyone has a unique perspective and angle. And so, for us cooking up Hovis Huddle Podcast, what was something that made you want to, push for this to get done? I mean, it's one of those things where it was always on my important but not urgent list, and you really helped push this to come to fruition. So tell me about like what made you want to push this to come to fruition and what your vision is for this podcast.
Well, I feel like the first thing kind of goes along with getting younger people in here. Like you said, podcasts are the new thing, but they're normally like not educational per se. So it's normally just like kind of gossiping and
murder
stuff.
mystery.
Right. But I feel like to get a younger audience, you have to do younger audience kind of things, like podcasts, reels on Facebook and Instagram, like social media in general. So I feel like this is just a good push of getting like what Medicare insurance is to younger people.
Okay, excellent. And this one's kind of a group question. As far as some of the things that Molly does since she's been here, this is going to be a credit session. What do the kids call it? Glazing? Is that even a good term? Did you just want like this? That's terrible. Is that a bad term?
That might be too young for me too.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently that see, I'm a vocab guy. So even when it comes down to like I guess Gen Alpha, that's one of their terms. It's just like, giving someone their flowers, giving someone credit. So what's something that Molly does that we could give her just a little bit of credit that she might not always hear about? I know we just had our performance evaluations not too long ago, so you did hear some of this, but I'll go first. I really appreciate you taking those initial phone calls and being somewhat of a gatekeeper. Not because I don't want to talk to everybody, but because you're experiencing the ability to start answering a lot of those questions, and you're bringing that into your wheelhouse, and that helps save us all time and gives us more bandwidth. So thank you for that. But what do you think, guys?
I think dealing with you jumped in the fire right before AEP started.
That's right.
And she didn't even have her license yet. So she got her license right before AEP, then had to do all the contracting and certification. And then, hey, it's AEP. And the floodgates opened up, and she's just like, "What is going on around here?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is a fun time of year." Yeah.
I'm already getting nervous for this year.
That's a reasonable response.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Molly likes to say, she ate. Right? She ate at the social media stuff, like creating documents and different posts. I think you bring like a brand new like perspective to that. I think that, before it was just like, here's like one little picture, right? And then now it's like, okay, you scroll and you have this and that. I think that you just do a good job with that.
Well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
So we're going to play a game here called Two Truths and a Lie. Okay, so the game is, of course, you say two things that are true, one thing that's false. And if you're playing along at home, feel free to shout your answer. I won't hear it because this is going to be something you listen to after the fact because we have to pass it through compliance. Okay? So I'll go first and you guys can follow suit. So two truths and a lie, and not in any particular order. I once won a male beauty competition. I auditioned to be the Oscar Mayer Wiener Kid. Do you know what that is?
I do.
Okay.
Hey, looky there.
All right. And
for like 50.
and I mean, I would take at least as an adult driving the Wienermobile. That'd be pretty sweet, right?
At least for a day.
Do you need a CDL for that? I'm not sure. And I always knew that I wanted to be an insurance professional.
I feel like the last one's a lie.
Yeah, the last one's a lie.
What do you think of?
Yeah, definitely the last one.
I've been caught. All right, who wants to go next? Two truths and a lie.
I can go next. So the first one is I had a cousin born in England. I used to have 7 turtles.
Okay.
7 turtles.
And I broke my collarbone falling off my dorm bed.
I think the collarbone sounds pretty specific. I mean, they all sound very specific. I'm going to go with cousin born in the UK.
Okay, that's your answer.
That was my answer too.
I'm going to go with collarbone.
Kevin's right.
No.
Hey.
Oh, man. All right. Who's up next?
Go ahead, Megan.
Okay. My favorite books to read are romance novels. My husband repairs sewing machines. And I can play every single classical instrument.
Wow.
So number 1 is the lie.
What was the first one again?
Romance novel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that as well, but only because I know you well enough to know that you love you don't mind a good romance novel, but it maybe isn't the top of your list. And Kevin, what do you think?
Yeah, it's romance novel because it's not a video game.
You can't.
I do like that is correct. I do like to read, but action, adventure, like fantasy is my favorite genre. The romance stuff, it's like, nah, just skip along here and move to the actual, good part.
The good part of the romance novel. We'll leave that to the imagination.
No.
Hey, Kevin, what about you?
Oh, first thing, let's see. So some people know I was a bartender for 10 years before I got into this incredible business. But in the middle of my 10 years, I bartended on a cruise ship for 1 year.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
My first house that I owned was 135 years old, full renovation that I had never done before, but I did all by myself.
Okay.
And the last thing is I am a big St. Louis Cardinals baseball fan, have been to thousands of games in my life and have never got a souvenir baseball.
Wow. Jeez Louise. Not even from
Those are
when.
really
Lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you guys take this one first.
I'm gonna do the baseball one.
Okay. Molly Bange.
I don't know. I'm between the cruise ship or the baseball. I'll just go cruise ship, opposite of Megan.
Okay. I'm gonna go cruise ship as well.
I never bartended on a cruise ship.
Oh, okay.
That's correct.
But did you ever think about it?
Oh, yeah, I did. I'm like, hey, travel for free, right?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get some rapid fire questions here, folks. So I'll point to you and we'll get the answers. So, coffee or tea? Molly.
I don't know. Coffee? I'll just go coffee.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
All right. Early bird or night owl?
Probably, well, the older you get, the early bird you get.
I used to call that the old man wake up call.
Yeah.
Night owl.
Night owl.
Early bird.
Okay. All right. Phone call or text message? Megan.
Phone call.
Kevin.
I would say phone call, but now I think it's text.
Yeah. Okay.
Phone call.
All right. If you weren't in insurance, what would you be doing? Molly.
This is a safe answer. I'll just coach volleyball at a higher level.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Megan?
Like, what do I have the training to do, or what would I like to do?
Yeah. What would be your, what's the like?
Oh, I think being like an American Sign Language interpreter for like musicians and singers, I think that would be like so freaking cool.
That probably would be pretty cool. And what's funny about that is all those stories about people who have no training and they start working for a consulate somewhere, and then finally somebody's like, it's just gibberish. You know? Like I kind of admire those folks because of the boldness it takes to just totally be faking it. So what about you, Kevin?
I'd be an artist.
An artist. Okay.
Nice.
Like, what type of artist? Like,
Just painting.
okay.
Yeah.
Very good. I did not see that one coming.
Same.
Curveball.
Yeah. What's your go-to lunch spot around here? Molly.
Mellow mushroom.
Mellow mushroom. It's good. It's good. Pizza or sandwich?
Pizza.
Pizza.
That's super pep.
Super pep.
Kevin?
I don't know. I like the Mexican place just across the parking lot.
Okay.
Should we get some Mexican for lunch?
Okay.
What about you?
Also, mellow mushroom for the salads.
I I know what I like the most, which is Twisted Tree or Bartolino's. I think those are both good, but I go to the most often the St. Louis Bread Company. I'm gonna pick two. Give me that broccoli cheddar and that chicken Mediterranean
Same
salad.
thing every time.
Pretty much, yeah. And it kind of bums me out though. Like every time I get like the real watery broccoli cheddar, I'm like, oh man, private equity, they're just ruining.
Who made this
company.
batch?
All right. This is a good one. What song would play when you walk into the office every morning? Think about that one for a little bit. While you guys are thinking about that, I'll go ahead and tell you mine. Mine would be Creed Higher. As soon as the door opens up, can you take me higher? All right.
I do know that.
Yeah. Okay, you knew that one.
Yeah.
Okay. How could you not?
I mean, that was on the the song list for the fall broker meeting. Come on, Molly.
True.
I think I know one of yours, but it's very dirty. I mean, it's like the dirtiest song I've ever heard in my life.
Molly
so.
Cyrus.
Yeah. Don't listen to that if you want
No.
to keep your ears pure. Not the artist Molly Cyrus, the song Molly Cyrus. Anyway, was that what it would be?
Song. So I can't think of an actual answer, but the song that I've been obsessed with lately is that two-step-in one. The two-step-in. I played it out loud in the car.
I don't know that one.
I don't know.
What do you guys think?
Oh man, that's a tough question.
First thing that comes to mind.
I guess like that work song by Fifth Harmony.
Period, Megan.
All right. Don't know that one either.
We'll have to play it for you too.
Unaware.
What do you think, Kev?
Well, when we played basketball in high school, one of our favorite run-out songs was The Final Countdown by Europe. So that gets me going.
It's a jammer.
It is.
I try to play that one when we're getting ready to hit October 1st.
Right.
And we're all in the office putting stuff together. I try to play that at least one time. So heading up to the fall broker meeting really is when that comes out for me. All right. And then what's the most underrated thing about working in insurance? I'll go while you guys think. Catered lunches. I mean, when you're younger, I think you don't really appreciate the fact that you go somewhere to sit in a room and it's an insurance conference or seminar, but there's usually a pretty solid lunch involved and,
Got to get people in the door.
yeah. So I really enjoy that. I feel like that's severely underrated as far as something that's a perk that comes along with the insurance biz.
I mean, helping your family, like you never realize like how many people like you're going to be able to help just by being in this business, Like my aunt just thanked me and Lacey the other day about like, thank you guys so much for getting us this insurance. Like, I don't know what we would have done. Like, I think that that's not something that always crosses people's minds.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, and I think on that same, I'll be cheesy if I can, but just being able to help people and make some pretty good money at it.
Yeah.
There's not that many jobs that you get to do that. So
if you're hearing this and you're a young person trying to figure out what to do for your career, let's say you're out of college and you don't know what to do, you're working an odd job or several odd jobs, just pick up your license.
you're tired of the restaurant business,
I mean, yeah.
give us a call.
Yeah, you crested 30 and you're like, do I want to keep doing this until I'm 50 years old? Get your insurance license. Come talk to us if you have any questions. We'll have all of our information below. But truly, if you're going to be struggling with work all throughout your 20s and 30s, you might as well struggle in an environment where you get more and more opportunity. And in my personal opinion, this is one of the most underrated fields in general. I mean, even my good friends, I talk to them about my day-to-day and they shudder at the idea of working in insurance, but it's just such a challenge to get people to understand that you actually can build something for yourself where, after so many years, you look back and you go, oh man, that actually was a great decision. I don't think I've met anybody who's been in the business for 5+ years and said, that was a terrible move. I wish I never did that. All right. And then biggest work pet peeve. Now be nice.
Not looking at the calendar.
Not looking at the
Oh,
calendar.
I should have known that was Molly's.
Double booking.
Double booking the conference room.
Backs.
Oh, no.
Shots fired.
Mine would be agents not reading their emails.
Yeah. Yeah. So is that you echo that?
Oh, yeah, I definitely echo that. I'm like, man, I just repeat myself over and over.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess my biggest pet peeve is when we go through something, helping an agent figure out a situation and everything's been communicated in, I believe, the most clear and succinct way possible. And then 3 weeks later, I get a call and they did exactly not that. And now there's a problem. And, there aren't a lot of go back and whoopsie fix her up kind of things that CMS allows. Sometimes it's just like, how did you tangle this up so badly, even after we spoke about it? I mean, and I've been guilty of that too when I was a commission-only sales agent, because you need to be able to take the information and run with it, but you don't need to know everything to begin with. And I think that's where a lot of people kind of mess up, is they think they have to know everything about everything. All right, so we got another fun game to play here as we start to wind it down. And this one is basically going to be a who's most likely. And how it works is that we have some fantastic cutouts.
Oh my! All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Of people in the office. All right. So we're going to kind of share these here. Molly and I are going to share, and you guys are going to share. And then we'll come up with our answers together here. So we're going to go ahead and let's try not to think about these too hard here. So who is most likely to reply to an email at 11 p.m. like it's totally normal?
Making 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Nolan and Lacey.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll wait till 11 just to email you so I'm thinking about you. All right. So who's most likely to know every agent's spouse's name, their kid's name, and their dog's name?
Oh wow.
3, 2, 1.
Lacey.
We're going with Lacey.
Yeah.
Yep. And also the type of surgery the dog had a year ago. And
How long they were down.
all right. Who's most likely to turn a 5-minute conversation into a 45-minute conversation?
3, 2, 1. Nolan.
Oh, God.
I can't help it. I'm a talker.
Yeah.
All right. Who has the cleanest desk in the office? That's a little tougher.
In this office or like both offices? Like,
Well, both
Yeah.
offices.
what do you think, Kevin? Compliance?
Or
Well, I know it's not me.
It's not me either.
This is-
okay. So, all right. Good.
Molly.
Oh, Molly, and we picked Dave. All right. Now, a couple more here, and we can always cut these out if it gets too boring. But who has the messiest desk in the office? I mean, I think probably me.
Nolan.
Yeah.
I said it's
Kevin.
gotta be. I got book of business transfer stuff all over my desk right now.
I'm like, Kevin, you have that? And he's like, oh.
Let me start digging.
Let's see. Who's most likely to still be on the phone when everyone else is getting ready to leave for the day?
No explanation
Does that-
needed.
Yeah.
Is that the 45-minute call situation all over?
Yeah.
If I need you for something and I hear you pick up the phone, I'm like,
That's
I
it.
guess we'll do it tomorrow.
No, you get off the phone. No, you get off the phone. All right. Let's see. Who's most likely to forget that they were on mute for the first 2 minutes of the call?
I don't know. Or who do you think?
Get they were on mute.
Well, I don't know if this to be true or not, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. Maybe Kim.
You're going to pick Max.
An equally good answer.
Yeah.
All right. And let's see here. Who's most likely to get a standing ovation from a client?
3, 2, 1.
Lacey.
Stacy, Casey, Lacey, whatever you want to call her. She's good.
Yeah, the multiple names. All right. Who's most likely to be an influencer if they weren't in the insurance
It's
industry?
my goal. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to pick Max in
I'll
his
go with
workout
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
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 He's asking me to run his workouts. So who's the real influencer?
I like it. I like it. Who's most likely to go viral on social media for something completely random?
Completely random.
Dave, huh? All right. I don't know what you think.
I have no idea.
I think that would be random if Dave
Yeah.
went.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Went viral.
He's at a JCGA meeting and something like, somebody records him and they're like, this is gonna be golden here. Okay, who's most likely to win a trivia night and not let anyone else forget about it?
That's my.
Our answer is Max.
And not let any. Yeah. I don't know.
Wouldn't let you hear the end of it.
Yeah, I think
I think it says Lacey.
both equally good answers.
True.
All right, who's most likely to cry happy tears from a client story?
Kevin voted himself.
Kevin.
Hey, the older you get a little softer, so it gets a little, harder to fight them back.
All right, and this is the last one here for this portion of the game. Who's most likely to be the last one standing on a Friday afternoon?
Last one standing.
Jeez, good chance.
Yeah, I would say that.
Lacey.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be sitting. All right, now we have another game here called Which Office? Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so here's how it works. I'm going to throw out some questions, and we're going to put up which office, Festus or St. Louis? And first question, which office is likely to have the better snacks?
St. Louis.
Which office is the better coffee situation?
St. Louis.
By a long shot. I'm
It's
sponsored.
not even close. Yeah.
We're not sponsored by Nespresso, but we should be.
Yeah.
Call me Nespresso. Call us.
That's right.
George Clooney, I'm ready when you are. Okay, who's most likely to have music playing in the background more often? I'd probably go Festus as well. All right, and who replies to emails faster? That's tough. Think St. Louis?
I think St. Louis.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shots fired. Shots fired. Who has the most chaotic Monday morning?
Because Dave's not there.
He's there in spirit.
I don't know.
It depends on what time of year.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's AEP, it's definitely Festus.
Every day.
All right.
AEP.
Yeah, AEP, because there's walk-ins all the time. And
That leads us to that. Who's most likely to get the random walk-in visitors?
Or it should say Lacey.
Who celebrates birthdays harder? Going us.
Oh, yeah.
oh, for sure.
And who has the better holiday decorations?
Ooh.
I just know that Lacey is big on Christmas,
She is.
y'all.
Yes, she is.
She is. That's true. And her crafty craft business.
Exactly.
All right, a couple more here. Who would win in a bowling night?
What are you doing? Because you're on our team?
Yes, because I'm on the team. St. Louis isn't winning.
I have to say Festus too, only because Dave has this inextricable quality of winning things. Like, no matter how hard I try to beat him, he's just like, oh, edge it out, 10 points.
Strike.
Yeah.
Strike.
You guys haven't taken me bowling yet.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, eventually. We'll go to Bolero. Okay, now who would survive a zombie apocalypse for longer?
Oh, which office?
That's difficult.
I think it's St. Louis.
I think St. Louis.
Yeah, I think St. Louis.
Well, it's hard because I feel like Max is like the muscle, right?
That's what's going to get it. That's going to be his downfall because he's going to try to play the hero. We're going to be all being real shrewd about how to, get up out of here. He's going to be like, I'll take it. You guys go ahead.
All right, fine. St. Louis.
All right.
We'll be hiding in the corner, and Mac will be trying to fight all the zombies.
Yeah. Okay, who has better lunch options nearby?
Oh, yeah. Come on.
All I will say, the Steak and Shake over by the Festus office has like really kind staff there. They're just so sweet. Sweetheart, do you need anything else?
My mom worked there.
That was my high school hangout after football games.
Yeah. Who would fill up a karaoke bar faster on a team night? Who's drawing in the crowd? I think St. Louis. Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm biased. All right. Who has the longest commute? I guess we're both pretty much. That's a terrible question. We'll move on from there.
I feel like it almost is kind of even.
Because you got Max.
Yeah, Max
going
is
to Festus.
Yeah, I would say that's he's going from Chesterfield to.
I think everybody else
Festus.
is pretty similar.
Yeah, I moved
No.
closer.
Mine's pretty long.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's from
yeah.
Hillsborough to St. Louis, so
That's true.
This is probably a tad longer.
Yeah, I'll go with Festus on that. All right. Well, guys, any closing thoughts for people to know us a little bit better? Or are you
Follow
feeling?
us on social media.
Mm-hmm.
We
Okay.
have some fun stuff cooking up.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. That means you and everybody here, and I had fun. I think we all have some fun.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
whenever you guys watch this, it's not St. Patrick's Day. It's the first day of the Masters. So that's why we're green. Or I am, so.
All right, guys. So the very next portion of this episode is going to be all about the Festus office. And we'll see what they say, some of these questions. Thank you for watching, and continue watching for part 2. Hello, and welcome back to the Hovis Huddle Podcast. Thank you all for joining us for part 2 of this very special episode where you get to know the people behind the agency. So, guys, right now we are finally with the Festus office. Thank you so much for coming in, folks. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Festus is the bestest.
All right.
Happy to be here.
Taking it down to the hometown where it all started off with Dennis Hovis when he opened the doors and the legacy began. So, I want to go ahead and give everybody an introduction to who we're speaking with. I already introduced myself, so you know who I am. But we'll go ahead and start with you, Dave. How long have you been working with Hovis Associates?
So, yeah, I'm president of Hovis Associates. I'm a financial advisor as well, and been here for 26 years. Just had an anniversary.
woohoo.
Ooh, congrats.
Very good.
Thank you.
Well, and Lacey, you're up next.
Oh, my name is Lacey. I've been here for 8 years, and I am the director of operations.
All right. And Kim, you want to take us next?
I'm Kim. I've been with Hovis Associates for a whopping 5 months now, and I'm the financial services associate.
Yep.
And
Yeah, my name is Max Meadows. I'm a financial professional with Hovis Associates. I work alongside Dave and Kim, and I've been on the team for this October will be 3 years.
nice.
Woo.
Nice. 3 I hear is the magic number, but we'll see. And just so you guys know, we did take a vote earlier today to see which office has the best snacks, but we'll talk about that later. Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off with some fun questions. Maybe not so fun, but at least some informative questions. And
I expect these to be fun.
we can have fun with them. Why not?
Good.
So, Dave, for you, people may not know the full story of Hovis and Associates if they haven't watched our first episode, which you should go back and watch. But when your father started Hovis and Associates back in 1984, and you came into the business 26 years ago, what was it like stepping into the company, and what steps did you take to make it your own?
Let me see. 26 years ago. That was a long time ago.
You remember it like yesterday,
No
right?
pressure.
Yes. Well, at the time, I had I'd gotten a job out of grad school somewhere else, and never planned on working in the family business. But it was, I think, part of it was I didn't really know what we did. I think a lot of times people, my kids still think I'm an attorney or an accountant or,
Yep.
something like that.
So
I think
do my friends. They think
everybody's
I'm an
got kind of
attorney.
an odd
Like,
story on how they end up in the insurance business. It's not usually like, when I'm 5 years old, I want to sell insurance, so anyway, so my dad said, well, when you're between looking for jobs, why don't you come here and work with us? You can help out and you can see what we do. So he was a good salesperson and he knew what he was doing at the time, because he said, we'll even pay you. And I said, oh, well, that sounds great. So
We'll even pay you.
yeah.
Lucky.
So, well,
Hey.
I wasn't adding too much to the bottom line. Let's just put it that way at the time. I think one of the biggest things that stood out to me at the beginning was we got paid to help people. It's funny, my mom at the time put together a list of pros and cons of coming to work at Hovis and Associates. And so anyway, so we were negotiating back and forth, and one of the things that we were talking through was, my dad would always say, this is my client, this is my business, everything was my. So, well, if we're gonna work together, then we have to change your pronouns. I said, you say, he didn't even think about it. He was just, it was him. He was the producer. They were all his clients. I said, it needs to be our clients. This is our business out. I was like, so if you want to be partners, then I'm in. And I'll give him a lot of credit, because that's not an easy thing to do, to say, oh, I've got this 25-year-old punk telling me how to run my business. He's like, I've been doing this a while. I know what I'm doing. So I think that was it is a mind shift. I always say how you use your words shifts your mind. And so it took him a while. I kept reminding him of it, which I'm sure he loved. So I think that was a big part of it. And then figuring out, pretty early on, I liked the financial services side of it. So that was kind of a way that I could, find my lane, so to speak. So
Very good. Dennis starting the business. What do you think is something that he got right from day one that still informs how we do business today?
It's funny, when we started, I remember, the things he would say, I still use them. Back then he would say, you can use my stories, because I didn't have any stories of my own. But I was thinking about, this came up the other day. I saw him on Easter over the weekend, and we were talking about something. But the one that I always remember, and I've tried to, tell everybody else as well, is at the beginning, you're trying to figure out the business. And it's like, well, I always start with the numbers or the dollars. And so I'm like, well, what do we make on this? What's the commission on this product versus this one? I'm just trying to figure out how we make money. That had another thing. But he said, look, just take care of the clients and the money will always work itself out. So, which again, I think is what we've tried to do. I think that's that same concept. So as long as and it may not, Kevin always says some days we get paid more than we should, and some days we get paid less, right? So it kind of evens out. I think it's the same concept. It's just, we take care of the clients, take care of the agents, the money always works itself out. And so I think that's been a through line, the entire time.
Next up on the list, we have Max Meadows, financial professional extraordinaire. Is that something that we can get past through compliance extraordinaire?
Extraordinaire.
I think
He tried
so.
that, and
I think
they
so.
shot it down.
Oh,
TM.
Yeah,
gosh.
they
All
shut
right,
it down.
We'll beep that out then. So, Max, tell us what drew you to financial services, and what made this a direction you wanted to go into. And now that you've been doing this, could you imagine even a different path for yourself professionally?
Yeah, great question. So originally growing up, I always had a knack for helping people. Always wanted to connect with people. Was very outgoing, and so in high school, I worked with a property and casualty agent. Did very well for himself as a high school student. I was like, this is a pretty cush job here. This sounds
Pretty
pretty
cush.
nice.
You're like, this guy's got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do I got to do to do that?
What I did not realize at the time was the fact that he had put in many years of many long days, long nights to build up to get to that point. And so I was naive to that fact at that point in time. But along that note there, I knew when I graduated high school, I said, okay, I want to go to college. I need to find a degree that is in line for me to be a property and casualty insurance agent. So got on Mizzou's website, MIZ, and
ZOU.
Personal financial planning degree that I could get a bachelor's in. And so that's where the journey started. Going into it my freshman year, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna be a property and casualty insurance agent. But through the coursework, it directly aligned with financial planning, and I ended up loving that route. And so I took an internship with an insurance company doing life insurance to start off. And that's how I stumbled into Hovis Associates. Actually, funny story, I had made a cold call to Nolan here to try to sell him a policy. He said, listen, Max, I appreciate you reaching out, but
I got a better job for you.
no go on the policy, but I do have an opportunity. So we all had lunch. Great time. At the time, I actually didn't even realize it was an interview, which it was. And so ended up joining on the team. At this point, no, I couldn't see myself doing anything else. I absolutely love it.
So now, that's you've been doing this for some time now. What does your day-to-day look like?
So meeting with a lot of clients, responding to a lot of emails, processing any distributions for mainly retirees that need money. And then that's basically what the day-to-day looks like in a nutshell there.
I think a lot of times people don't realize, like, when would I go talk to a financial advisor? And we heard this the other day, and I think it holds true. We help people during times of transition.
Yeah.
So those things that Max just said is I think that kind of summarizes it. So maybe you just had a new baby and you want to start a college savings account. Maybe you change jobs and you want to do a rollover out of a 401k. You're getting close to retirement, and we get this question all the time. Do I have enough money to retire? We had that yesterday. But those times of transition of getting ready to retire or somebody inherits some money. I think a lot of people think that, well, I have to have $1 million to utilize a financial advisor, which is not the case.
Absolutely.
We personally don't have account minimums. Some financial advisors do. We just think it's important. We try to help as many people as we can. And so whether that's starting a Roth IRA with $50 a month or, it's a $5 million rollover, we can help them with all those things.
It does not matter to us whether you do have $5 million or you are starting a Roth IRA. I think arguably I can make the case that it might be more beneficial for somebody who doesn't have $1 million or $5 million who wants to get started. A financial advisor could be more beneficial for that person than it is with somebody who has accumulated that wealth at that point in time.
So we're bringing the same level of intensity and attention to detail and service to every client, whether you're a high earner or somebody who's just kind of starting off on that financial journey.
Without a doubt.
And here's a question for you. How do you make a 401k rollover? You got to give it a treat or something, or how does that work? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's why no one's not a financial advisor.
But I will say, though, working here and having financial services be a part of what Hovis Associates does, I have learned a lot more about that. What's the most common money mistake you see people making heading into retirement that could have been avoided with better planning?
I think a lot of clients, especially recently that we've met with, they come in, they want to retire, and anywhere from 1 to 5 years from now. If we look at their assets, what they have, just take a 401k, for example, and maybe they are 100% in equities at that point in time. And so we like to refer to a retirement red zone 5 years before retirement and 5 years after or into retirement, I should say. And so somebody wants to come in and they want to retire in 5 years or less from now, and they're 100% in equities, and there is a 20% downturn in the market between now and when they want to retire, that could severely hurt them. And so really taking a look at where they're currently positioned with their assets and making sure that they're not too aggressive. is probably the number one recently common mistake that I think we see.
What have you found to be some of those meaningful times where you've been able to help people maybe avoid making emotional decisions and have found some success through, getting them through that and to the other side?
One of the things we talked about actually in our meeting yesterday with a client was, I referred to the marketing piece that came out, and we were talking about how when the market moves down, most people, they want to run to cash. And at that point, it's too late. I mean, it's already happened. But the flip side of that is what you should do, which is that's the time to buy, which most people understand. They say, oh, yeah, buy low, sell high. That's how we make money. It's an easy thing to say. It's a hard thing to do. And so I said, there was this marketing piece, and I had a picture of a little kid with a bowl full of vegetables. And he had this look on his face like,
Gross.
Disgusting, right? Now, Max probably would like it, but I would have had that same look. So he's looking at it like, I do not want to eat this. And all it said underneath it was, this is what it feels like to buy low, which is true because you should do it, but it's very difficult to do. So money is a very emotional thing. And so because of all the things that it can do for you in your life, so we can detach from that emotion ourselves, we can give them a broader perspective, and buy when it's the right time to buy. And more importantly, don't sell when it's the wrong time to sell, and really just staying the course.
So, all right, Lacey, on to you, Director of Operations.
Where's that applause? I need
That's
that
big
applause.
Sounds super impressive. But what does a Tuesday look like for you realistically?
Well, a lot. So
Every Tuesday's the same?
Every Tuesday's the same.
Okay.
No, it's never. I don't think I've had a similar day here since I started.
Yeah.
Everything's different. That's what I kind of love about this
Absolutely.
job. But I mean, checking emails, meeting with clients, calls, lots of questions from agents or clients, doing stuff with Dave and Kevin, operation side, procedures for the office, planning fun events, planning the fall broker meeting, just everything. I don't think any day is the same. I never do the same thing twice. Every day is different. Every problem.
Fixing social media accounts like we were this morning.
Yes. Social media.
Fun.
We're about to fight.
Operations covers everything, doesn't it?
Yes.
Lacey has a lot. I always say Lacey has a lot of institutional knowledge,
Yes.
which means she knows a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
So she's very valuable.
I can figure out
She
the
does know where the
background
bodies are
stuff.
buried.
And I'm like, where does that relate to this? Or, you got to do this for this to happen, and get a lot of questions during the day. That's for sure.
Or this is why we don't do that.
Right.
We already tried that.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to be the hammer and say we're not doing something, or, but it happens.
That sounds
Like
like a
great
great
Molly-
new nickname.
Yeah.
The Hammer.
The
Yeah.
Hammer.
Like
Yeah.
Molly with her font. I'm always on her about her font. I said first, font. But stuff like that.
So you're kind of the backbone of the office. What are the most creative problems that you've had to solve that definitely wasn't in your job description?
Oh, that's a hard one. I think the most creative problem was last year's fall broker meeting when the date changed and I was calling 9,000 people. I literally called every single carrier rep, every single person in our office, and multiple other people to try to figure out these dates. And it was 2 hours. It felt like 5. And I was like, okay, this is it. I can't do this. I'm going down. But we worked it out. We figured it out. And then we had the date sent out. Everything was fine.
Your phone was smoking. at the
It
end of the
was.
day.
It was
Mhm.
crazy. It was a crazy day. And I did want to walk away, but I was like, no, we got to keep on trucking because everything was a roadblock,
Yeah.
Well, and
everything's a
here's what I'll
roadblock.
say about that too is I think away at a meeting, or we were in a different office at a meeting, and I get back and we've worked together a long
Yeah.
time. I could look at her face and knew something was going
I was
on.
like, what happened?
Steam coming
And I
up?
said, what happened? She's like, at that point, just told me what the problem was, but had already gotten it
Mhm.
fixed. You know what I mean? So it's like, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
no problem. No big deal.
Right.
And what do you wish agents who work with us understood better about the behind the scenes operation?
I think I would like them to see like how hard we work in the background whenever things come out, like Dave was saying earlier, like we want to be the first to like know it and then we can send it out to them. I wish they knew how hard we worked in the background just to make sure that we're following all the rules, so they're following all the rules. And just like all the knowledge that we all have together, you know, like if somebody doesn't know something, somebody else on our team most of the time knows it. And if we don't know it, we go find it. And we work really hard at that just to remove the hurdles for the agents. That's another big deal too, because we do say we want to remove the hurdles for the agents. And I think we do a really good job at keeping up with that and always having their best interest whenever we're doing anything. I think that's the main thing that I think they need to know about us, is that we always have their best interests at heart and we're trying to remove those hurdles every day, really, you know?
Well, and I'll throw something on top of that. It's likely that your question has been addressed and is on school or is in the broker resource guide. And hey, we're happy to take the calls, but those resources are available for you to quick reference guide, take a look at and say, oh, there's the answer right there, because so much of that work goes into things in advance. So definitely check those resources out, you know, use those things to your benefit. Now this question here is for the group: what would break down in the Festus office if Lacey took a few weeks off?
Everything.
Wait, you said a week or 2 weeks? We can't have her gone for 2 weeks now.
I will call it a week.
Okay, a
A
week.
week.
Man, that's a good question.
You guys would totally miss me. I mean,
We would miss
obviously.
you.
Yeah,
We would
the
break
whole-
down. That's
everyone would be
probably
like,
right.
"Oh."
Emotionally
Yeah.
destroyed.
Yes, we wouldn't definitely wouldn't laugh as much.
It brings me to this one day, you guys. I remember it clear. It was just last August. I came in late because my son needed to get on the bus. And I literally thought the place was burning down because everyone called me on my cell phone, every single person in the office. And then when I got to my desk, I had all these missed calls from everybody. And I was like, is everything okay? Like, what's going on? They're like, no one knew where you were. And I'm like, you guys, it was on the calendar. Like, it just said Lacey Flex time. And they were like, oh, okay. And I'm like, I go, well, what, is there something that everyone needs? And they're like, no, we just tried to call you and we couldn't call you. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, if you guys are all good, I'm all good. I'm
Just
here.
your presence in the office makes everyone more calm.
I'm here, everyone. I'm here.
Lacey is the glue. She's always checking in on us, always making sure that we're okay. Obviously with work, but also personally as well. So
Yeah.
Well, Kim, this brings us to you, financial services.
I knew it. Always getting
Stop.
great. Stop it.
All right.
So
Keep going. Stop it.
All right. So tell us about your role and what does supporting the financial services team look like day to day?
I didn't prepare for this at all, just so we know. Day to day, I mean, I'm doing the same thing a lot of these guys are doing. I'm not meeting with the clients directly all the time. Sometimes I get to help and do that. Obviously, I'm learning about everything. And everybody in this office is such a great resource to learn from, whether it's Medicare, financial services. I have a small background in financial services. So I've been exposed to the terminology and RMD. Luckily, I learned what that was, not as recently as you, but still learning every day. So my day-to-day is emails, phone calls, assisting with any kind of background paperwork that's needed, processing things, mailing things, checking the mail. That's a fun one. I get to do that sometimes and see the outdoors and photosynthesize on my way to the mailbox.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
it's amazing how much paperwork we have, even though
It
we're
is.
paperless, right?
Yeah. Every day something kind of pops up that's a little challenging for all of us, but we overcome and work together, which is something I appreciate about this place.
Well, that leads me to the next question here. What's something that surprised you most about working at Hovis Associates when you first jumped on?
One thing that surprised me the most, I think, is just like the relationships that everybody has with even clients. I think it's pretty personal. I think everyone remembers everybody. If somebody calls and everybody knows each other by their first names. I'm still learning that. They're like, "Who's Kim?" I'm like, "Hey, I haven't met you yet."
Find out.
Yeah.
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 It's
Don't
definitely
cross
a
me.
relationship business.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, I was going to say the first time we went to lunch, one of the comments you made was that you felt like you were being seen and acknowledged and appreciated even early on. And that's one of the things I love about Hovis Associates being your employee. But even if I could go back and do it again, I would have joined Hovis Associates as an agent when I was a commission-only sales agent, because this is such a great team and a great local squad that I think I probably would still be an agent, specifically selling only, if I had done that early on. C'est la vie. You can't change the past, but I'm glad I'm here now. And I do
But we
remember
tried to
that.
get you on board.
Okay, now this is a fun question for you. If you're stranded on a desert island, what's one book you'd have to have with you?
Wow, that's a hard one.
I just read a really, really fun book. Just read it for the first time. Project Hail Mary, like the new movie that came out.
I've heard it's really good.
Such a good book. Way better than the movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was so fun. So in this unprepared scenario, that's the book I'd bring.
I like it.
There
I
you
like
go.
it. I'm actually going to pick up that book and read it because I've heard very good
It's
things.
really good. You
Also
should.
heard good things about the movie too, but I haven't gone out
I
to
mean,
see
it was.
It's okay.
Oh, it's fine. Ryan Reynolds. Gosling. Don't tell him I said that.
Cut that
Ryan
out.
Gosling.
I'm sure he's listening.
He's tuned in.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into some more fun stuff here. This part of the episode is called Two Truths and a Lie. This is where you tell us all two true things and one false thing. All right, two truths and a falsehood.
Max, go first.
So let's see here. 2 truths and 1 lie, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
How many lies do you have?
goodness. Wow.
I've fractured my neck 3 times. My grandmother was born and raised in Germany. I was 11. I ate an entire pitcher full of 3-hour-old Thanksgiving gravy.
Well, first of all, I know those two
Which one is
are
it,
the
Lacey?
truth. Your
Well,
grandma
I've-
and the
No,
the
you
picture
don't.
of stuff. He did do that. The first one was a lie.
Yeah, you did do the picture thing.
See, I get too attached
I would
to you
not put
guys.
past the eating the whole bowl
Yeah.
of gravy.
No,
by Max.
but he did.
He
Max
got
is
paid
very
for that.
healthy.
He
but
got
then,
paid for it. Yeah.
But then he,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
but then he eats like 12 donuts at a sitting.
Right. Exactly.
My family used to bet me that I would not eat the most disgusting leftovers at holiday events. So that's growing up. That's what I did.
Sweet.
And yeah, my grandmother was born and raised in Germany, and then I've actually only fractured my neck twice, not 3 times. So,
Oh, okay.
It was
So
tricky.
Max, your new nickname is Max. It's all Gravy Meadows.
But
All right, who's up next?
I don't know. This
You
is
go,
a hard
I'm
game.
No, I literally.
Kim thinks
I
this
don't-
is easy. I think
did-
this is hard.
Okay.
You got this. Let's
Y'all
go.
just pretend that you don't know my truths. It's fun for them.
Well,
Okay.
my hardest time, I've tried very hard not to lie.
Yeah, I'm not. a
Maybe,
good
this is
liar.
easy for you though, Nolan.
Well,
Wah, wah.
yeah, all right. We need some sound
How
effects.
dare you
Yeah.
cast aspersions in my moral character?
right.
Anyway,
Kim, you ready? Or
if we
Sure.
can't think of, okay,
Let's
good.
go.
I need to
I-
look at her face when she's doing this so I can see if I.
Let's all lock in here for a second.
I won't look at you.
Yeah. Okay.
Super helpful.
You want Lacey
I
to
love
go
it.
so you can think?
Oh, mine are kind of lame. Let's see. I'm a mom.
Is she?
I
You
ran.
lied.
Okay, I ran 30 miles one time, and I have hiked in Colorado.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'll let everyone else take that one.
Ooh.
Well,
I'm going to 30 miles.
That's what I was going to say too.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't run unless someone's chasing me.
yeah.
We talked about this.
Okay. So the 30 miles is
Yeah,
not
30
no,
miles.
because
usually that's max. That's a max
Mhm.
thing.
All right, who's next?
Yeah, you
Kim's
got
ready.
it.
so
Kim's got it.
I have my motorcycle's license.
Okay.
I can do a walking handstand. I have a 13-year-old toothless dog.
I think it's the first one because you said earlier that you were going to do a class.
I think it's the walking handstand.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the first. I'm gonna
tricky.
go with motorcycle.
She's new, so we don't know all her stories. yet.
Whopping 5 minutes. It's the handstand. I have my
Love being
official
right.
endorsement to ride motorcycles. I'm legally allowed to be on the road.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go with dog originally, but I.
No,
Oh
Yes.
no, she's got a little pepper.
My question is,
R.I.P.
have you tried the walking handstand?
I can't even do a handstand. I'm working on it though.
That's
I'm
good.
I'm working on handstands. They're
She's gonna
tough.
walk into the office on our hands one day, and we're gonna be like, "What's happening?"
All right, Dave. What leaves you?
Here we go.
I know this was hard for me too.
Yeah.
No one, I got this about 5 minutes ago. So,
So it's fresh.
all right. So everybody knows my wife Heather. She worked here for 15 years, and so let's talk about her. So Heather and I only dated for 6 weeks before we got engaged.
Okay.
Okay.
If you met my wife, you'd want to marry her pretty quick.
Mhm.
Aww.
I
Sound
was. Make
There you
sure
go.
that makes the
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah.
Um,
Brownie
let's
point.
see. I was valedictorian of my high school class. Go Dragons, DeSoto Dragons. Now there were only 2 people in my class, but yeah. There were a few
Oh
more.
gosh.
And I was a part-time college professor at Mizzou.
Lacey, you don't know anything.
I do know it all. Go ahead, Max.
Option 2 is the lie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that
The
one.
only reason I think option 1 is a lie because I thought it was 6 months.
I thought it was
Right.
when they got married. Was 6
Boom!
months.
He was a valedictorian, and and I knew the other
We
thing.
got engaged 6 months
Yeah.
from our first date and married
Not
6
6
months later.
weeks.
Not 6 weeks.
So-
Tricky.
I thought it
Yeah,
was
that's
6.
6 weeks.
That was
So I learned from you
tricky,
guys.
yeah.
I've kind of twisted it up a little
But
bit.
how many people were in your
Alright.
class?
Like 200.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next fun part of our show here, the rapid fire round, where I'm gonna ask quick questions and you guys
Uh-oh.
give me quick answers.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So,
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
One at a time or all
This isn't
together?
going to be good
I'll
for
point.
Max
I'll
because I
point
want
to
to
you.
think about it.
all
Oh,
right.
we should put you on the spot.
All right, here we
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Tea.
Coffee.
All right, early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Early bird.
Night owl.
Night owl.
All right, best thing working at being at the Festus office as opposed to being at the St. Louis office.
The drive.
I was going to say less traffic.
I
Yeah.
was going to say commute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say God's country.
Yes.
All right, now this is a good one. What song would play when you first walk into the office every morning?
You mean like your
Yeah, your walkout song.
Your walkout song,
Working
like a baseball.
9 to 5.
Okay.
A way to make a living.
I was going to say,
That's
are y'all ready for this? Ba-da-da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh, I didn't know we had to sing this song. I thought we were just like
Apparently
naming
me
the
and
song.
Kim
I like it though.
Singing is optional.
Yeah. It's very optional for me.
I don't have a song, but I'm going to go Molly Crew.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Kickstart my heart.
Anything?
Mine was going to be Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
That was impressive.
Um,
All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to take it to the next portion of the episode, which is who's most likely to, and we have some job aids for us
Oh,
that
oh,
you
okay.
Oh,
Oh,
use
okay.
heads, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so with you guys,
Don't
we're
get
gonna
Kevin and I
do-
mixed up in there.
So there we go, and there we go. All right, so here we go, guys. Here we go. Work and personality. Who's the most likely to reply to an email at 11 p.m. like it's totally normal?
Okay. Yeah,
If he sees it. If he sees it.
Nice. Okay.
Wait, do we have to say?
Oh, did you wanna
Yeah,
agree
you
with
guys
me?
say so. They said myself,
Mhm.
and they
Max.
said Max.
Yeah.
For those of you who are listening and not watching.
Mm.
All right. Who's most likely to know every agent's spouse's name, their kid's name, and their dog's name?
I'm going to say Lacey.
Ooh, I was going Kev.
No, it's
Yeah.
totally me.
Lacey was the popular answer the last round.
Yeah.
Who's most likely to have the cleanest desk in the office?
That's me as
Lacey.
well, too.
Nice. It's not me.
It's
I mean,
team
mine doesn't have
effort.
anything on
What do
it.
you guys say?
It's not
Oh,
Max
sorry.
or I. He's
No.
I will say that's one thing he's taken. He's Yeah, he's
Gotcha.
picked
It's not
that up
Max.
for me.
Max is the last place.
Yeah,
So
we
Max
have,
is
we have
last
lots
place.
of piles on our
Okay.
desk, and we know where everything is on there.
Absolutely, it's the way I operate.
There's a system, right? Well, this is
Oh,
the
yeah.
next question. Who has the messiest desk in the office?
Oh, I think we just
You
answered
then.
it.
Yeah,
Where are you at?
that's-
Back here?
that's Max.
There you go.
Or
That's
you.
Max.
Yeah, let's go with Max.
And we're going to go with
Alright.
Max.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
All right. Who's most likely to forget that they were on mute for the first 2 minutes of the call?
Ooh, I don't feel like I'd put that past me.
I'm going to go with Kim as well. I'm going to go with Kim. Where's Kim at?
I was
There
struggling
she
to
is. There you
come
go.
up with
We're going to
somebody.
pick Kim.
Popular answer. Popular
Yeah.
answer.
We're going to
Let's
pick
put
Kim.
that back down.
But
Alright.
she's a great singer. We just heard that.
Play into our strengths.
Yeah.
You know, that's big.
Who's most likely to still be on the phone after everyone has left for the day?
I'm going to go with you. You or Dave.
Yeah. Max or Dave?
Max or Dave?
Okay. Hold it up. Hold it up.
Yeah.
Max or where's Dave at?
Double.
Mm-hmm.
Max or Dave? Oh, sorry, Max or Dave.
All right. And let's see. Who's most likely to have a full-blown motivational speech ready for when someone's having a rough day?
That's going to be Max. Where's he
Oh,
at?
yeah. I was
That's
gonna say Max or
Max.
Lacey.
Say
Max or
it.
Lacey?
Max, definitely.
What's Max? It's a great day to have a
A
great
great
day.
day.
Max?
Come on, let's go.
Who's most likely to get a standing ovation from a client?
Dave
Yeah,
or me?
yeah,
I'm going to say Dave or me.
Who's most likely to be an influencer if they weren't in the industry?
Molly?
I'm going to say Nolan. Is that what you're going to say? We're going to say Nolan.
Mm.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, she just knows how to do all the stuff.
Mhm.
Look at her. DJing.
Yeah, she does look like a DJ.
Who's most likely to go viral on social media for something completely random?
Nolan.
Yeah.
You said random, right?
Yeah.
Right, I'm
Okay.
going to go Nolan. I'm going to go Nolan. Yeah.
Never let them know your next
Yeah.
Never
Done.
let him see you coming.
Who's most likely to win trivia night and not let anyone forget it?
Kevin.
Oh yeah,
Kevin.
Kevin's good at
Kevin's really good
that.
at
Well,
trivia.
as long as it's sports trivia.
Yeah.
Sports trivia.
Who's likely to cry happy tears at a client's
Oh.
story?
Oh, me.
Yeah, Lacey.
That's me. I'm a crier.
I thought we were going to stop at cry.
That's also me. Stopping
I
at
was gonna say,
crying.
that's a
also
different-
me.
that's a different-
That's the
That's a
same.
different
Either of
answer,
us.
maybe.
Last one of these, and we'll move on to the offices. Who's most likely to be the last one standing on a Friday afternoon?
Max.
Last one standing at happy hour, or last
Yeah.
one standing like
At
the
work.
Oh, a
work?
happy hour? Oh, I'm
Like-
gonna go with
Oh,
Kev
that
or
was
Dave.
Happy hour?
Yeah.
We're gonna
Okay.
go Kevin or Dave.
I've been told you have to lead by example.
Yes.
That's what I do.
All right, now we're going to pull out the offices here. We're going to rapid
Okay.
fire these here.
Oh.
Which office has the better snacks?
Oh gosh.
You gotta go fast.
Yeah. Do we have good snacks though? Festus, I guess.
I don't know.
Not
Because
really.
you're questioning,
No,
it's
I
obvious.
think
Yeah,
gotta
I
say
guess St. Louis.
Which office has the better coffee situation?
St.
St.
Louis.
Espresso.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
We got to
Yeah.
try that.
You're welcome for
you
that,
guys
you
couldn't
guys.
figure that out on your own,
But we helped you. We helped.
Which office has music playing in the background more often?
Not us.
Let's say
Not
we
us.
never
We
did,
don't.
do
Do you guys?
Unless it's
we
us
don't.
singing.
Not really. Yes, either. Which office replies to emails faster?
Festus.
Yeah,
we? Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Slackers over
Which-
here in St. Louis.
Which office has the more chaotic Monday morning?
St. Louis.
Hmm.
No chaos in Festus.
No
Okay.
chaos. But because I've worked up here and I know how Mondays can be.
Which office gets the most random walk-in visitors?
Festus.
No, I'd say St.
Oh,
Louis.
I'm going to say
Louis.
Festus.
What?
Let me
We
let me
get
make
so
sure.
many walk-ins. You guys don't know you're in the back.
There's
Let
people
me hold
randomly
on.
walk
Let me
in
make sure
all
this
the
gets
time.
on the podcast. We work by appointment in Festus.
Yeah. We do, but we're not like I feel like it's almost encouraged, I feel like, for people to walk in here.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not discouraged to walk into Festus, but it's so random.
Yeah.
What's that song? Come right in, walk right up. Baby, let your hair hang down. Anyway,
Yeah,
It's not as
uh,
fun when you sing, Nolan.
it's at least not that time. All right. Who's got the better view out of the window? I got my. I know which one that
Well,
one
it's
is.
definitely not you.
No,
I'm
it's
going to say
Festus.
Festus.
It's
Yeah.
Festus.
Yeah, we
'Cause
got
they
some
get to
views.
see-
Grass.
In the traffic?
Car
accidents?
That's
Every
way
other
more
day?
entertaining. Not that we enjoy people having car accidents, but
I'll say here you've got the trees out back. and-
Yeah.
my office doesn't have a window.
Oh my gosh, it's so sad. He's so mistreated here.
All right.
Yeah.
Which office celebrates birthdays harder?
Festus.
Yeah,
Festus.
'cause Lacey.
I got a whole sheet
Because of
cake.
me. It's
Yeah.
me.
I got a
Which
sheet cake and a goodie bag. It was amazing. It made me feel like a real
I got
girl.
2 things of Oreos, double stuffed.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Do you
donuts.
take them apart and make
donuts.
quadruple stuff? Which office has the better holiday
birthday, Molly.
decorations?
Better holiday decorations? It's not. It
Festus?
was not us this year.
Oh.
I'm going to say St. Louis. St.
St.
Louis.
Louis?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hold on though, because Lacey tries to start decorating for Christmas in like October.
Yes. It never flies. I just want to put that out there. I never get to.
We have a day after Thanksgiving rule.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. You don't want to miss Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's fun.
Yes.
Thanksgiving is a good
But
day.
I will tell you, when me and Kevin worked in Lamplighter together, I would randomly, starting in October, put out little Christmas decorations until he
Easter
finally,
eggs.
I even put out like Christmas lights around his window and everything. The Christmas lights is when he finally figured it out and was like, wait a minute,
Something's different.
you got the lights up and this thing for Christmas?
Yeah,
And I'm
so
like,
how many things did you put out before he knew
like
you
5 or
were
6.
already decorating?
yeah.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, it was actually good.
Yeah.
Every day I would put something else out and he'd be like, oh gosh, here we go.
Powers of perception.
Yes.
All right, we're getting close to the end here, guys. Competition and fun. Which office is more likely to win a bowling night?
We got
Festus.
Dave.
Festus.
Yeah, Dave.
Which office is
We
more likely?
have the bowling trophy.
Right.
Right? I mean,
we
it speaks
talked
for
about that
itself.
earlier.
Look at us. We look like bowling.
Which style points though aren't counted.
Mm.
Which
Thank
office
God.
is
I would
most
lose
likely?
those points.
Which office is most likely to win office trivia?
I'm gonna go St. Louis because you guys got
whoa.
Kev and he's real good. At
I know
that.
movie trivia. That's it.
Which office would survive the longest in a zombie apocalypse?
Definitely not me.
Well, if we're
Whoa,
talking
whoa,
office,
is
Max
Max
will do
good?
good.
Come on.
Is Max
Come on.
helping us?
I'll carry the team.
Okay, fine. We're
going
gonna pick Festus then.
We're going Festus.
Because I mean, we got Max.
Now, just for context, so you guys know, we said St. Louis because we knew Max would offer himself up to support, and he'd go out real quick because he'd be trying his best.
He'd be
and
going
he'd
too
get
slow,
bit
holding
pretty
everybody
quick.
else down.
He-
I got bikes we can hop on.
There we go.
I mean, he'd rock a couple of them, but at some point, one of them would bite his ankle or something, and
No.
he's out of
He's
there.
done.
No.
Yeah, it's true.
So you guys were piggybacking
Underestimated.
off of Max as well. So
Well, yeah, we figured
So
Max would
Festus
step
Oh,
up.
okay.
across the board.
Right. So you're trying to
Right,
steal
right.
one of the Festus employees.
yeah, to try to
No,
save
no,
you
no,
and
no.
his
Max
Sounds
would be,
about right.
would be at your office, and he would attempt to support everybody, and that would be the downfall because he'd play the hero,
Nah.
and we know
Mm.
how that goes in zombie.
Man, it sounds like you guys took a really long way around to try to be the right answer.
Cue the song. No, I'm just kidding. Guys,
Working
9 to 5.
that's the way to make a living. That's all I know.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we learned something new today.
Yeah.
I mean, we should go to like competition.
we
and
should.
see.
We should.
Well,
We should at least
Singing.
do karaoke.
I think karaoke is definitely on the outing list.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
we're going to have to add that.
Karaoke's
Yeah.
fun.
Well, guys, this has been a fun episode. Thank you, Festus
you.
Office, for showing up in here, offering your amazing personalities to the podcast. And for those of you who are listening, why wouldn't you want to be a part of this? Come on, come talk to us. This has been our episode. We're gonna go play top golf. So.
Awesome.